Hi, it's Logan Wells. I am in my kitchen today and I'm going to make a keto-friendly orange creamsicle cheesecake. A friend of mine who is also doing this keto diet posted this recipe on Facebook several weeks ago, and I've been dreaming about it ever since. I love orange creamsicles ever since I was a kid. There's actually an orange creamsicle drink that Fridays makes, and you can buy it in a bottle. It already has the alcohol in it, and all you do is add some ice and whip it up in a blender. So I love that too. But so this cheesecake was just, it was crying out for me. And it's Easter weekend. Easter's tomorrow. And I thought I'd make a little dessert for after dinner. But I've been on this keto diet for about 5 weeks now, learning a lot about it as I go. And I've lost 15 pounds, although this week I've been really sick with bronchitis and whatever this cold virus that has been going around, and it just seems like everybody's been getting it, and it drags on for almost 3 weeks. So I'm starting the 3rd week of this, and I'm hoping that this is going to be the end of it. I've been losing my voice, a little laryngitis, so I apologize. The voice is a little grovelly. Best thing for me to do is to rest it. So I'm speaking in my quiet voice actually right now, and hopefully get through this recipe, and then I'm going to shut it because I have a gig tonight, which thankfully I have really good talented friends who are sitting in for me tonight, so I can rest my voice and get it back. Because if you try to push through sometimes singing a lot when you have cold or bronchitis or laryngitis and you're a little your vocal cords are swollen, you can actually damage them permanently, or it can take a lot longer for it to heal completely, and I don't want that. So I tried singing through some stuff yesterday, and by the time I got home I had lost half my voice. So I'm gonna be a little quieter today. So we're gonna get through this recipe, and I'm gonna begin by using some butter, along with, instead of graham cracker crumbs, which have a lot of carbs, I'm going to use this nut flour blend that I found at the grocery store. The problem with this is it's pretty expensive. A lot less expensive though than just like almond flour. That was like $11.99 for like 2 cups. It was ridiculous. This I think was about $7 a bag. And it is a flour that is grain-free, gluten-free, wheat-free, and non-dairy. And for 1/4 cup, it is, I believe this said 9 carbs, if I'm reading that correctly. I don't have my glasses on. I think it's 9 carbs, which I think the almond flour was about 22 for 1/4 to 1/2 cup. So I'm just going to try this, and it's going to cut some carbs anyway. So this is the first time I've actually taken any recipe at all and tried to keto-fy it, if you will. As I said, I'm going to use this nut flour blend. It says it's almonds, coconut, pecans, and walnuts. So I'm going to use 1 cup of this nut flour. That's going to take the place of a graham cracker crust. So you need a cheesecake pan. It's where the bottom of the pan comes out of this, and fit that down on the bottom. Oops, that's not right. There you go. And after we mix the butter in with this, we're going to put it into this bottom of this cheesecake pan, press it down, and then this just goes into the freezer for a while until you're ready to put the filling in. It's a no-bake cheesecake, so, okay. So I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm mixing that into 1 cup of the nut flour. So you can see that. It's kind of a buttery little mixture there. Okay, so that's all mixed together. I'm just going to put this right into this cheesecake pan. Press that into there. It's going to be a very thin crust. This is a 9-inch cheesecake pan, by the way. And if I had an 8-inch one, I think I'd almost actually prefer to use that so that the crust might be a little bit thicker. I really love a good graham cracker crust. That's like the best part of a cheesecake, if you ask me. But actually, this is doing quite well in here. I didn't think I was going to have enough to cover the bottom, but if you work it a little bit, it's fine. And the way I see it is, it's better to have some kind of cheesecake at this point than none at all. But I'll actually decide on that for sure after I've tasted this. There's some things that, like I make this nacho dip that the kids go crazy for, and it's been just like a family favorite, and it's turned into a big party favorite of mine as well, that we call the Nazi dip. It's a long story, something that happened at college when my daughter made it for some of her roommates and so forth. But anyway, it's a taco dip, and it's made with cream cheese and sour cream. Then you put salsa, and you put chopped green onions, and then you, let me make sure I got everything in there. Then you cover that with bacon. Oh, and salsa first. Then you cover that with bacon and cheese, shredded cheese, and it's delicious. But if you try to make that non-fat, forget about it. I mean, using the lower fat cream cheese and low fat sour cream isn't bad, but if you try to use that fake bacon or turkey bacon or low fat cheese, forget about it. You might as well not even eat it because it doesn't taste any good. Sometimes you got to have the real thing, or just don't even bother. So we'll see how this comes out and if it's going to be a winner. All right, so see, that is all on the bottom of that pan, real nice. I'm just going to stick this in the freezer until I get my fillings done. So the next part of this recipe is that you're going to use a 3-ounce package of Jello, orange Jello. I've chosen sugar-free Jello because this is going to be a keto-friendly cheesecake, and sugar means carbs. This sugar-free Jello has 0 carbs, so this is the best bet to go with. And I'm going to mix this with 2/3 cup of boiling water. Okay, so sugar-free gelatin, and I'm just going to pour 2/3 cup of boiling water and stir that till it dissolves. Smells good. Okay, and we can just set this aside to cool now. The next step is to take your cream cheese. Now, the recipe that I saw online asked for 32 ounces of cream cheese, which is 4 packages, which I just think is a lot. So I'm going to cut it down to 3, and I think we'll get the same taste out of it. It might not be quite as thick of a cheesecake, but that's okay. I just think, gosh, 4 packages of cream cheese seems like a lot. So I'm going to just open these up, and I'm going to put them into a big mixing bowl because we're going to whip these. And you can either let this sit at room temperature for a while before you whip it, or you can put it in the microwave for maybe about 20 seconds or so to kind of get that initial real thick chill off of it before whipping it. That's what I'm going to do because I need the time saving ability today. every bit of that cheesecake. These are fun to open. Ooh. See what I'm doing there? Scraping all that cream cheese off in the too. One more. Clean up that mess. I'm going to pop this in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds just to get that real thick chill off of it. So there's two things that we're going to be whipping here. One is the 3 packages of the cream cheese, and the other is going to be whipping cream. You want to get yourself some heavy whipping cream. It's calling for 2 cups of the whipped. All I have here, so perfect. And this should generally only take about 2 minutes if you whip this on medium to high speed once it starts to get into a nice fluffy whipped cream. Now it's almost getting to where you can form some little peaks with it. This is where you would normally add some powdered sugar, but instead of adding sugar, which means carbs, I'm going to use some stevia. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it is a sugar substitute that is keto friendly. So this is from Whole Earth, stevia and monk fruit, and I just tasted it and it's pretty sweet tasting. So I'm just going to add a few drops. It almost looks a little bit like a corn syrup, and I'm going to whip that into there and then give it a taste to see if it has a nice. Okay, let's see. Needs a little more. See now. Perfect. So according to this, if I can read this correctly, oh goodness, I need my glasses. This has, oh, let me grab my glasses. I can look smart now. According to this, this has 1 gram of carbs and 0 protein, but it is 0 calories, and 1/8 of a teaspoon is is 1 carb. So we probably added, gosh, I don't know, maybe like 3/4 of a teaspoon. So we're good on that. We saved a lot of carbs with that. Okay, so make sure that you don't whip your whipped cream too much because you'll turn it into butter. So you just want it to be a nice thick whipped cream. Okay, next, and you can actually use the same beaters, it's fine because we're going to be mixing that into the cream cheese. Next, we're going to be beating these 3 packages of full fat cream cheese. Remember, these are brought to room temperature first. And you're going to mix those on medium and then turn it to high speed. And do that for about 2 minutes. You want to get it really nice and fluffy. All right. Okay, now you want to take one orange, and after you've washed it and dried it carefully, get a zester, and we're going to zest some of that orange peel right into our cream cheese. You want to get a good teaspoon or so, because this is going to add some really nice orange zesty flavor to it. Since we can't have orange juice because of all the sugar and carbs. All right, so I've got a good teaspoon of zest in there. Now mix that in. Now you're going to put your cooled sugar-free orange Jell-O. It's not going to be cold or room temperature, but it's going to be cooler than it was when you put the boiling water in at this point. We've only had it out for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to pour that in. Oh, it smells like sunshine and springtime. Spatula to get all that cream cheese on the sides down in there. There we go. That's nice and fluffy. Let's taste it. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. Now, this is where you fold in the whipped cream that you made. We're not going to beat this in. I'm going to fold it in with my spatula. Get all that yummy whipped cream out of there. I don't want to miss any of it. Okay. Goes over there. Ooh, that was kind of flying around a little bit, wasn't it? Okay, and you're just gonna fold that into there very gently. Such a pretty color. Can't wait to taste this. Okay. It's almost there. And give that one more taste after the delicious. So now we're going to put this into our cheesecake mold that has our nut flour crust on the bottom of it, and then we're going to chill this overnight. Get that down in there so it's all the air pockets are out. See, even with just 3 packages of cream cheese, this was, it's pretty full, pretty high, so. All right. And done. Going into the fridge till tomorrow. We want this to set really, really firm. Okay, so we're cutting the cheesecake.
Well, I'm trying another bite of the cheesecake, and I'm not one for cheesecake. Never liked it. Don't like cheesecake. I'm 56 years old. Go figure it out. But Logan made this cheesecake. It's light as heck. I'll clean it up a little bit. The crust is amazing. It's fluffy. It's orange.
Does it taste like a creamsicle?
Oh my! It's like creamsicle. Amazing.
So if you can't have regular cheesecake, this would be a good passable dessert, huh?
Absolutely.